Okay, folks, here's an update on the Lemon ecosystem, with the last one being version 8. You can see on the screen here compiled in November last year, which you may like to check out first if you haven't already. You can find the link down below. It seems there was maybe too much information in that overview, as there were some massive partnerships announced, but many people didn't quite understand or believe what they were seeing and hearing. If they did, they would be on board in a big way. In this update, we'll have comparisons of what was talked about in the previous video to what has actually been achieved, with that being massive partnerships and a huge amount of tech built. Oh, in case some are wondering, this is not an MLM and no affiliate commissions involved, just sharing some very privileged information. You could ask 1,000 crypto people about LemonChain, and there's a good chance none would have heard of it yet. You are here on the ground floor. I urge you to take an open-minded look with your undivided attention. The chances are, this video was forwarded to you by someone who has knowledge about LemonChain and is sharing because they care about you. This is an unofficial video with a few images and clips thrown together simply for information purposes only. Yes, I am an AI voice who has been given the task of this narration. You almost can't tell, almost. The benefit to you is you get clear, concise information without ums and ahs. I would suggest judging the ecosystem from my voice and the thrown-together presentation would be unwise. Instead, you may like to consider yourself very fortunate that this presentation has appeared in front of you before the price of LemonX has taken off. There are plenty of links in the description, so you may do as much due diligence as you desire, although careful not to fall into analysis paralysis. It would take a 10-hour video to cover everything in depth, so this is just a brief, high-level overview of some of the major aspects of the Lemon ecosystem in the hope something might click for you and give you a nudge into taking action. For those short on time or just need the facts, this is all you need to know. New blockchain with $500 billion worth of assets committed to be tokenized on it, which needs to flow through LemonX. Go buy some. It really is that simple. Really, it is. You don't need to understand anything about RWAs, or blockchain, or VCs, or tokenizing. How to buy LemonX? Maybe nicely ask your crypto-savvy friend who showed you this vid, or join our Telegram help chat. You met a few of the partners/founders in the version 8 overview. Here is another who has recently come forward, the Crown Prince of Ras Al Khaimah, that being one of the 7 Emirates. Check out the previous overview if you are looking for team validation. Lemon Group have recently celebrated their first birthday of the launch of LemonChain blockchain, which coincided with the opening of the new office in Dubai, with many high-level business folk attending, including the Prime Minister of Dominica with Lemon Group co-founder and president, His Excellency Dr. Fayed Merhebi, aka the Arab Prince of Finance. And in this shot we have the Honourable Oriam Henry Okello, State Minister for Foreign Affairs for Uganda, along with a fund manager with the Kuwait Investment Authority, which has just over $1 trillion in assets under management, and Derek Hope, the CEO of G100, one of the VC funds supporting LemonChain. Other names not shared as yet. LemonChain is a decentralized blockchain for real-world asset tokenization. Don't know what a blockchain is or how massive RWAs are? Just do a little research. The way you and I can benefit is from purchasing the cryptocurrency called LemX. That's LEMX. Many months ago, Promax United was the first to announce tokenizing on LemonChain, with 8 billion committed. You can see a video of the signing in the previous overview. As mentioned earlier, that figure is now over 500 billion, with the majority of that commitment coming from the many governments involved. The first of many countries choosing LemonChain to tokenize their assets was announced around 9 months ago, with that being Uganda. See press release below. We have covered the massive dollars coming in from the large RWAs, which will drive the price of LemonX. That is just one, albeit very important facet of the Lemon ecosystem. Here is another, Group 40. The integration of 40 of the top e-commerce platforms in the world through a platform called Group 40. See version 8 for a video of the signing. Yes, there is a Group 40 link down below. Here is the first of the G40 businesses involved. MTN, Africa's largest mobile network operator with 297 million users covering 16 countries. MTN customers get rewarded in crypto. Now multiply that by another few dozen companies. There will soon be a lot more wallets holding LemX than any other crypto in the world. I sincerely hope you grasped the magnitude of that. Worth saying again. Hundreds of millions of wallets will contain LemX. What are they going to do with that? Stay tuned. That was another short, although massive facet of the ecosystem.
Okay, so one of the biggest partners that we have is Alibaba.
You saw Ryan mention the Alibaba partnership on the last video. What's the deal there? Why would a $125 billion business partner with Lemon Group? Alibaba is not the only partner, there are many others, coming together to create an e-commerce store with over 600 million items, including many brands you will know. So basically, in 12 months, Lemon Group have built an e-commerce, crypto for payment store larger than Amazon. Here's a small sample of LemShop brands. Did you grasp the magnitude of LemShop?
Lemon is launching its own bank, and technically this is actually a migration and a merger into an existing bank.
An integral part of the whole ecosystem is Lemon Bank, which has many products, one of which being to provide loans, which you can read about here. All you need for collateral is LemX, no credit checks, instant approval. A major problem in most markets is large players dumping on everyone who comes in later, which is a very legitimate concern. Being able to borrow against their LemX, larger players now have no reason to sell, as it is tax advantageous to hold on to their appreciating asset. It's a win-win for them. Big problem solved. What many ecosystem-educated participants of all sizes will be doing is borrowing against their LemX and then immediately buying more LemX to increase their holdings. Lem loans are due to go live this quarter. Yes, soon. What do you think is going to happen to price considering what I've just said and considering the market volume is currently very low? It has been said for years that for crypto to become mainstream, it needs to be easy to get into, which we have a solution for, and to be integrated with mainstream activities such as shopping, gaming, travel, lotto, movies, etc. Well, that's exactly what Lemon Group is doing. We're going to flick through these as most have detail in the previous overview. Some of these are live, such as Lim Travel, Lemon Games, and Lemon Care, while launch is imminent for the others. These are the Lemon branded businesses, although a number of other businesses have also already tokenized on LemonChain, and these are the first of what will be many, many hundreds, which will all require LemX to operate. Near the end of the last overview, Jason talked about AllThingsLemon. By that he meant all things lemon. Hopefully you are starting to see the big picture by now. The Lemon Group is involved with countries, business of the highest level, retail and finance industry, including 2 venture capital funds backing the ecosystem. The cryptocurrency LemX is what Bitcoin was promised to be, a decentralized, permissionless, fast, usable world currency.
This is a whole cycle of 2 things, supply and demand. Shrink the supply, have a scarcity, there will be a scarcity. And then you physically go ahead and push more products through to make sure that the demand is always going to be higher than the supply. And this right here is the cycle of how Lemon tokenomics are designed.
You just heard Jason talking about supply and demand. It is very simple, maybe not so easy, but simple to make a coin rise in price. Reduce the circulating supply and increase the demand. It is just math. The pinch video in the description is a must-watch if you wish to see the various ways the supply will be pinched. The market price of LemX over the last 12 months has been largely irrelevant. Sure, everybody wants to buy, and then see it go bananas in the following week. If you have already bought in, then well done, hold on. In reality, nobody can pick the bottom, and the last 12 months has just been a building period and an opportunity for those in the know to collect as much LEMX as possible, including one VC who has picked up over $1.3 million worth of LEMX. Maybe follow the smart money. Well, folks, that's about all for now. There are dozens of links provided if wishing to delve into the ecosystem. Just don't take too long. Only conceived a bit over 12 months ago, the Lemon Group has developed relationships of the highest level, built out a massive amount of tech, and is almost ready to enter the spotlight of the world stage. Not just the crypto stage, but also the business and finance stages. The previous overview video took many weeks to put together. It required downloading and sifting through 30+ webinars to compile 25 minutes worth of footage in the hope that something may click in the brains of my siblings and friends. Most are on board to varying degrees, so it was definitely worth it. Here's hoping something clicks for you. This update, which also took considerable effort, was compiled for a few who wanted to see what has actually been achieved, although it is likely some won't believe it until they see it. By it, I mean price significantly higher or LEMX being talked about on mainstream media market reports. Well shit, if that's you, you may as well just go and buy Bitcoin at 110,000 US dollars. Here's hoping you have realized this is a massive ecosystem where the utility token price is supported and driven by real-world, massive regulated business, not just hype and speculation, which is pretty much everything in crypto and traditional finance, not just hype and speculation, which is pretty much everything in crypto and traditional finance. Bitcoin some years ago was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for a regular person to make an exceptional return on their investment, although who knew where it was heading? We have the benefit of hindsight and are now extremely fortunate enough to be presented with a second, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. If you could turn back time to 2013 and had the chance to buy Bitcoin at $45, knowing where it was going, how much would you have bought? We don't always take in everything the first time we hear new information, so it may be worth playing this video again. Getting on LEMX now will put you in the top few percent of the LEMX holders in the future, as the vast majority of the population, as with Bitcoin, will not be able to afford even one whole LEMX. How many should you buy? Just depends if you want a new bike, a holiday, or time freedom. Finally, we are all just doing our best in this world and making what we believe to be the best decisions on the information we have available at the time. It will be interesting to look back at this moment in time and the decision you made and the reasons you made it. Can't get enough information? Check out Rick's very detailed deep dive page. From here on is a little bonus content for those who don't quite get it. No narration, but I'm sure you'll get the meanings.
Free Hershey bar or a free bar of silver? Which one would you like? You want the Hershey? Just take one, please. Whatever you want.
Okay, I'll take this one. Isn't that
You take
silly?
the Hershey bar?
Yeah.
Oh, you'd rather have the chocolate. Okay, well, take it. It's free. Whichever one you want. Yeah. You don't want it?
Thanks.
Candy bar
What
instead?
are you going to do with the silver bar?
What are you going to do with a silver bar? There's a coin shop over here.
Melt it down and make some jewelry.
Well, you could sell it to this coin shop over here if you wanted to. Well, you'll think about it deeply and you'll figure it out someday. Well, you'll think about it deeply and you'll figure it out someday. Well, you'll think about it deeply and you'll figure it out someday.